This is just a quick tutorial video to get you sort of ramped up to be able to use Tableau Online, which we are now experimenting with at U3. So the first step naturally will be to bring yourself to the online sign-in. You just Google Tableau Online. Here's the exact URL. It'll take you to a site like this. You'll sign in with the username and the password that's been assigned to you, and then hit sign in. So it'll take you to sort of a view where you're looking like this. You're going to have kind of these three main things in here. Since I'm the administrator, I'll have more options when I sign in, and that's simply because I'm managing, how many people can use our page, who can sign in, and then ultimately publishing data sets. So the primary thing you have access to right now, and may change in the future, is the ability to interact with workbooks or data sources and then create workbooks rather. So kind of organized in a few ways here. A project is, you think of it like a group folder where you might include different data sets, different visualizations you've worked on, and then different things you ultimately would like to publish, sort of as like a live online graphic. And then workbooks right here, we'll kind of loop back to that in a moment, but a workbook and then a view, which is sort of like a component part of each of the workbooks. These are what allows you to take the data that's stored in a table and do some dynamic visualization so that they begin in a workbook and then they evolve from there. And then, finally, the place you'll always get started with here is the data sources. So these are the things, the actual tables that I'm publishing. I've got two right now as examples online. One that is our work in Buffalo, and another that is a data set I've been building for another project that takes a lot of iPads data as well as some neighboring demographic data and pushes it all together. What these are is they're extracts, meaning that they're not necessarily live, but I have it linked in such a way that every day the online Tableau server, it'll look back to where the main file is located on Dropbox and see if there's any updates or refreshes that need to be made, and we can amend that as needed when you start to give me your data sets. So in order to begin, though, the way you would start is with these three little doohickeys right here. So let's just play around with iPads, for example. So you might come here to iPads and hit New Workbook, and this is essentially where you get to the kind of primary interface that you're going to play around and start to build your visualizations. So I'm going to end the first video here. First video is really just getting you on and getting you oriented, and then when we come back, I'll just show you, some very basics here, some tip of the iceberg about how to get started and how the data here is structured.